Well, the Rockets are off to an interesting start to their 2021 season, to say the least. The team was meant to face OKC today in their opening game for the year, but due to a positive test and James Harden breaching protocols, the game was put in jeopardy and is now officially postponed. This whole situation has made me realize one thing though, and that's the impact of James Harden. What he does significantly affects the team, on and off the court, and for that reason, I feel as if he is the biggest X factor on this squad. His play on and off the court will make or break the Houston Rockets 2021 season, and I will be explaining what I mean by that in today's video. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. I'm trying to hit 16,000 subscribers, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about James Harden. As we all know, Harden has been involved in plenty of drama this last month or so. From requesting a trade, to failing to show up to training camp and practices in favor of partying and strip clubs, to renting out a private jet so he can fly to parties whenever he wants, James Harden has simply not put himself in good looks, that's for sure. This has put the Rockets in a state of disarray as they search for potential trade suitors for James Harden, whilst trying to keep the locker room in a positive state. Harden has made it evident that he wants out of Houston, but the thing is, I believe they can still be great with him this season, so long as he commits to the team. In the preseason, we saw some glimpses of the potential this team has when James Harden played. It was a very small sample size, but it was still very promising. The first thing I really liked seeing as a Rockets fan was the combination of Harden and Christian Wood, particularly in the pick and roll. The two were dominant there, and even Wood said that he can feel the chemistry building between the two in-game and during practice, which is a fantastic sign. Also, the surrounding cast talent around Harden hasn't even had that big of a drop-off this off-season. If anything, it's remained the same as it was in 2020. Additions of John Wall and Demarcus Cousins fit the team really nicely. Eric Gordon had a couple big day outs in the preseason, and with a good chunk of the main core of 2020 remaining in H-Town, the Rockets could be set up for decent success, maybe being able to make a push for a home court seed, or at the very least, keep them in the dark horse conversation. However, this only happens if Harden commits and gives his all to this team every night, like he did in every previous season of his career. Having an MVP level talent and one of the greatest scorers of all time playing at his best will obviously make a huge positive impact for the Rockets. So unfortunately, if he continues these antics, this potential the Rockets have may go out the window, which would be heavily disappointing. Again, we've only seen a very small sample size of what the Rockets are capable of. Only reports about practice and a couple of preseason games. But it's clear if Harden buys into what is happening, which I understand is unlikely, but if he does, the Rockets can continue to be a great side in 2021, which is really just what our fans want. The combination with future star Christian Wood, the backup support from a healthy Cousins and Wall, it's a very exciting prospect. Harden is unfortunately ruining that right now, so I really hope his mindset changes after recent events that cost him $50,000. As I've briefly stated though, Harden has the power to completely break and disrupt the Rockets season as well. If he continues to demand out, that will only create a negative cloud that will hang over the locker room. And we've already had reports talking about tempers flaring at practice amongst the team due to Harden. It's difficult to see Harden getting moved over the next couple months, so if he's still carrying on like he is now for those few months, that's going to hurt Houston. If he doesn't care and puts in little effort, Houston aren't a playoff side probably, and at best will sneak into 7th or 8th. Again, at best. At the end of the day, this is Harden's decision. He doesn't have to play with his all every game if he doesn't want to, if he doesn't believe in where the franchise is heading. As a Rockets fan though, I really hope he does, because after watching every preseason game so far, I see the potential this team has, and adding Harden to that when he's playing at his best is something scary to think about. Harden is truly going to make or break the Rockets season. It all comes down to mentality and what he wants to do with the cast around him. I hope he realizes how good they could possibly be, but perhaps it's too hard to repair the damage that has been done now. We'll have to wait and see what outcome he decides on. It's looking pretty obvious at this point that he won't give a damn until he's gone, but I'm still hoping he buys in. He can make the Rockets an underrated contender yet again with his play, making the most out of what may be his last season on the team. Or he could break apart everything the Rockets have worked towards with his continued flagrant frustration. Again, we'll just have to wait and see what happens, but the success of the Rockets in 2021 relies on that decision. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How does Harden impact the Rockets to you? Is he officially gone in your books? Or do you think there is a chance he sticks around for at least one more season? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said,